How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It is now the middle of August of 2023, which is kind of crazy to think about because I feel like summer just begun and now it's almost over. But it is a new month, so it's the perfect time now to make a new purchase video and show you essentially all the things that I bought this past month. So let's not waste any more time and let's get straight to it. But before we begin, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on future content. And again, a big thank you to everyone who entered the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And congratulations to the person who has won. I announced the winner on my Instagram, so if you're wondering, just go check out my Instagram. It's in the description of who won. I already contacted the person. Their stuff is on their way. So again, thank you all for subscribing, supporting the channel. And let's keep it going. Every 1,000 subscribers, we do a giveaway. So if you're watching this video for the first time, subscribe. That way you don't miss out on future giveaways, new content, anything soccer jersey, football shirt related, you'll find it over here. So subscribe. All right, let's begin now. All right, so first up, nothing too crazy, nothing extraordinary, nothing that's wow. But I did get this Chivas third kit from the 2021-22 season, I believe that's when it was. When all the Puma kits had this like little training top looking design. Like I said, it's nothing wow. I wasn't a huge fan of these kits, but the reason why I picked it up is because I found it at the Puma outlet and it was an additional 75% off. And this is the authentic version. I don't know how well you can tell, but it has almost like a 3D like little logo right there. As you can see, like it sticks out, which I think is pretty cool. And it's also right here on the sleeve. It's like a little sticker or something, I don't know, but like it sticks out like a nice little 3D graphic. And it has the Mexican League patch right there. So for 75% off at 120, I want to say that was somewhere around like 30 to 40 bucks. I can't remember exactly what the price was, but it was very cheap. For an authentic, has a Mexican League patch, I figured that's a pretty good buy. I don't know what I'll do with it. I mean, it's in my collection now, and I really have no intention of selling it, but I also have no intent, I don't really care to keep it either. I just thought at that moment in time it was pretty cool, and I made an impulse buy. And now I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. Maybe I could have passed on it, but I did it, and now it's here. And now you get to see it, so you're welcome. Now this next one I'm gonna show is actually one that I wanted to get as soon as it got announced and released, and I didn't. And I guess I just wanted to wait to see if it'll go on sale. It never did, but Classic Football Shirts had a 20% off event again on their website, so I took advantage and got it then. And that is last season Burnley's home kit right over here when they were in the championship. And if you were following Burnley this past year, you know they broke all kinds of records in the championship. They're back in the Premier League. But the coolest thing out of it all was that they were sponsored by Classic Football Shirts. And just the sponsor alone made me want to get this kit. Because I don't necessarily care much about Burnley other than I like Vincent Kompany being their manager now. Obviously, Kompany being a City legend now. But I just had to have this kit with Classic Football Shirt sponsor on there. This is like this is a good example of like when a sponsor can really make the kit. You know what I'm saying? Like most sponsors now in the Premier League are like betting companies or just things that no one really knows about. Like this is something that people know about that can relate to, or like, man, I remember that store. Maybe like, I don't know, 20 years down the road, or maybe one day when this Classic Football Shirts may not even exist anymore and we'll be looking back and like, man, I remember that store. You're not gonna get that kind of nostalgia with a betting company. And if you look at the sponsor that Burnley has now, they went back to like some kind of betting company. Like, why can't we have good sponsors? Like Rocket League, like video game sponsors, that's cool. Like Seattle Sounders, they dropped the Xbox sponsor. Now they got something that I'm not quite sure what it is now. But like sponsors that people can actually relate to or have an association with, like, let's go back to that. Like most jerseys now either have some kind of betting company or some kind of airline, which, I mean, I guess airline is better, right? Like, but like, you know, Barcelona now with Spotify, like a lot of people have Spotify. Or like Inter Milan with Paramount Plus, like a lot of people have Paramount Plus, like they can identify with that, you know? I mentioned video game sponsors just now, like it doesn't have to be like Nintendo or PlayStation or Xbox. Like, you know, we have a video game here like Rocket League, or what about like a game publisher like Activision or Ubisoft, or I don't know, Konami. Let's go retro, Konami, they're still around. Or I was gonna say Fortnite, but that might be pushing a little. That might, I don't know, that might be a little too much right there. But hey, my kids will love it. A bunch of 10-year-olds will love it. You know, I used to play it back in the day when it was an adult game, and then before kids took over it. You know, sponsors that makes sense that people can relate to. Shoot, I'd be happy with Taco Bell, even Wrexham. Like they had TikTok. I mean, maybe not the best sponsor out there, but I like TikTok over United Airlines, for example. At least TikTok, like a lot of people will identify with that, you know what I mean? So, I mean, are the betting companies really giving the teams, the clubs that much money to put that on their shirts? Like, is it really, like, let's talk about money. Like, is it really that much to where they have to give into that? Like, is it? Maybe it is. I have no idea. I have no idea how all these things work. I just know that I don't like it. I want to see things that I can relate to or identify with. But that was a long rant about a sponsor, and I'm only on shirt number 2, so I'm sorry that I wasted a bunch of your time. Let's keep moving. So a while back, I want to say it was almost a year ago now that I think about it, I did a soccer jersey hunt around the like Upper Virginia area where I discovered a new store called Woodbridge Soccer. I visited the store not long ago just to see what they had, and let me tell you, going to that place is always dangerous because you're guaranteed to find something. Whether it's current season, maybe some older seasons, but not too old. You won't find any retro, but they have like somewhat older seasons that will be on sale. Like I always find something there, and obviously I found something now because I'm about to show you what it is. And I found Atletico Madrid's last season's away kit for 2022-23. I like this one a lot because it has no sponsor. It just looks like almost like if it would be just like a polo, and I like that a lot. I was a fan of this kit when it first came out. It has no name on the back or anything like that, but I do plan on adding a name set to the back of this, which will be an Argentinian World Cup winner. I'll let you guess which one that's going to be, which it probably will be easy once I show you more kits later down the road. But yeah, Atletico Madrid away kit 2022-23 season. Love this kit. Super stoked that I was able to find it for $45, so that was a steal right there. 45 bucks for this one. Can't complain. So really stoked about that one, and shout out to Woodbridge Soccer because I always find stuff there. And now while speaking about Woodbridge Soccer and just really any soccer store, football store, whichever you want to call it, whichever, you know, around this time, the new season just started, everyone's getting the new kits and all that kind of stuff. And so when I was at Woodbridge Soccer getting that Atletico Madrid jersey, I was, you know, on my way to the cashier to pay for my stuff. And then right in front of me, I see a brand new kit from this season with an Argentinian player name set on the back of it already. And I'm like, because I have no business spending all that money at one time, but it was right in front of me. Liverpool's McAllister for this season. It was right in front of me. I couldn't say no to it. Like, you already know that I want to get as many Argentinian players who are World Cup champions jerseys, and it's right in front of me. Granted, I could have waited for this to maybe go on sale for like down the road when it gets closer to like Christmas time, when things start to go on sale, and then obviously end of season sales, but it was right in front of me. And when you put things in front of me like that, it's hard for me to say no. So I did have to pay the full price of $130, but I was gonna say I don't regret it. I don't regret it, but I am upset with myself for doing that because, like I said, I had no business spending all that at once. But here it is. At least you get to see it and enjoy it with me. Although I'm also crying inside. But yeah. And also I own a Liverpool jersey now. Like I've owned a Liverpool jersey before, but I ended up selling them. But this one I'm gonna have to keep. Although I will say I'd much rather own a Liverpool than a Man United, which I also own. So there's that. And now I have two jerseys that I'm gonna show off at the same time. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they're the exact same jersey. The only difference is that there's a different player on the back of those jerseys. So I'll show you what it is first, which is gonna be Atletico Madrid's home kit for last season, the 2022-23. These do have the sponsor, which I don't know what it is. Again, sponsors that we can all identify with. But maybe just because I don't know what this company is, maybe to some people it actually does mean something. So if it does, good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy for you. But yeah, so here it is, the Atletico Madrid home kit for 2022-23 season. And in the back of them, we have one with Correa on the back and the other one with Molina. These are both Argentinian World Cup winners. And that's the reason why I got it. And they were on sale on the Atletico Madrid official store. I think they were on sale for like 50 bucks, and then with the name setting, it ended up being like 70. So not the cheapest thing in the world, but better than 130, like the McAllister one. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of holding off on getting these because I wanted to see if the rumors were going to be true with the new Atletico Madrid's having a Disney Plus sponsor, and I thought that would look really cool to have. But I guess that was just a rumor, because that's definitely not their sponsor. So I decided to get these instead since they were cheaper. So yeah, pretty stoked to have both of these in my collection now. Again, I've said it many times in many videos also that I'm trying to get as many Argentinian players as I can. So there's that. And now, of course, I have to save the best for last, right? And you probably already know what this one is, because if you follow me on Instagram, I may have posted on TikTok as well. You already know that I have this, but I haven't showed it off on YouTube yet, because I'm saving it for this moment. So if you haven't seen it, and it's gonna be very obvious, you should have already guessed it by now. And if you haven't, do you even know me at all? Are we even friends? Inter Miami, and you already know. You already know what's in the back. Of course it's going to be Messi in the back. So this is the authentic version. This is the one that cost me almost $200, and this one actually has literally every single sponsor that I think it has on the actual like player jersey. It has obviously the MLS patch. I'm gonna get a little closer. It obviously has the MLS patch right there. It has the Apple TV little, it's not a patch, it's more like a heat transfer vinyl kind of thing. It has like the standard sponsor, which I don't know what that is either. Over here it has, I don't know what this is either, but it's there. It has the authentic patch that all authentic Adidas jerseys have right down here. Then of course we have Messi right there, and then Libertad para soñar. So yeah, this is again, this was the most expensive jersey out of all the new purchases that I've made. But if I was gonna get an Inter Miami Messi jersey, I had to go all out and get the complete with everything. Oh, there's also this little thing right there too. Yeah, sure, here, there it is. But yeah, so really stoked about this one. I was kind of on the fence about getting an Inter Miami Messi jersey, especially this version of the jersey, because I already have a lot. Well, okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of Messi jerseys, but Messi being in the MLS is a real pretty historic, iconic, monumental moment in time. So I had to get it. There's no way I was not gonna get it. I don't even know why I try to tell myself not to get it. There was no way I was not going to get it. So, and I'm really stoked that I have it. I'm really stoked that I got this version, even though my wallet was crying, and I'm still crying, but here it is. Good old Inter Miami. And what a season he's having already. So really happy for him. Happy for everyone who gets to enjoy him here in the US now. So yeah, and that's pretty much that. So this one did cost a lot of money. This one costs a little more than I usually spend on jerseys and when I do research purchase videos. Normally my recent purchases are like stuff that when I go to like Burlington or Ross and I find like one thing for like 20 to 40 bucks, or if Classic Football Shirts has a sale, or if I find like a holy grail on Cole kits, you know, like I don't necessarily spend a whole lot at once, but this time I did, and I'm hurting. So yeah, this one hurt a little bit, but it was necessary. It was not necessary at all. I just did it. I didn't have to do it. I just did it. But I did it for you guys, and that's gonna be my excuse. I did it for you guys for entertainment purposes, so that you guys don't get bored, so that whenever you guys are having a bad day, you have something to watch, and that's what I spend my money on. I do it for you guys, not because I want to collect or because I don't want to save money for, you know, adult stuff. But yeah, I did it for you guys. We're gonna go with that. I did it for you guys. But anyway, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. That way you'll miss out on future content, giveaways, and all that kind of cool stuff. And as always, I hope you have a great day, week, month, year, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone.